Chop Fruit, a devil fruit under the Paramecia type that gives the user the ability to literally split their body into different parts. This means that the arms, legs, or any other part of the user's body can be separated from the main body and perform different unique moves. This devil fruit also gives immunity to splashing attacks. When the consumer of the Barabara no Mi is dismembered by an opponent, they feel no pain and still maintain control of the disconnected body part. Essentially, they become a splitting human. This devil fruit was accidentally consumed by Buggy. It gave him the ability to dismember his hand, grab and lift one of his subordinates with little to no strain. Although the disconnected body part can still be used in battle, it still feels the impact from any damage dealt to it, giving the opponent the liberty to harm the user when they get hold of the dismembered body part. Flower Fruit, a Paramecia-type devil fruit that enamors the user with the ability to duplicate and grow body parts into any surface regardless of what it is, tree, wood, or the ground. These body parts can be grown in different sizes, even sizes larger than the user's usual body parts. The user can also sprout these body parts into their own body. The usage of the Hana Hana no Mi is mostly dependent on the creativity of the user. Nico Robin ate this devil fruit and was very creative with it during her encounters with her opposition. Although the sprouted body parts are mostly duplicates, they still feel the pain from any damage inflicted by the user's opponent. The user has to see the surface before they can sprout any body parts onto it. This stifles their invincibility. Dark Fruit. This is one of the most powerful devil fruits and considered one of the most evil. It is a Logia-type devil fruit that gives the user power over darkness. The user can transfigure into darkness, create darkness, and control darkness. The darkness can absorb objects, opponents, and even an entire town. The Yami Yami no Mi renders the users of other devil fruits powerless during contact. This gives the Yami Yami no Mi user a huge advantage. Consumed by Marshall D. Teach, popularly referred to as Blackbeard after he collected it from the Whiteboard Pirates commander Thatch after slaying him. Although very powerful, the Yami Yami no Mi does not grant the user invulnerability, as they can still be severely damaged by an opponent that has access to them. Even though it can nullify the powers of other devil fruits by making contact with their users, that Yami Yami no Mi user has to activate that ability for it to function. Dragon Fruit. This devil fruit belongs to the Zoan type of devil fruit that allows the user to transform into a hybrid version of an Allosaurus and a full Allosaurus at the user's will. It was eaten by X-Drake, who happens to be one of Kaido's Shinichi, a marine officer on a secret mission to spy on the Beast's pirate crew, which is run by Kaido. X-Drake happens to be a member of the worst generation. Being an ancient Zoan, Drake's recovery rate is incredibly high, as well as his strength and speed. In his hybrid form, he was able to take down one of the numbers of the Beast's pirates in a single blow, a feat almighty Luffy had to summon Gear 4th to achieve. Although the devil fruit gives immense strength, it still falls short of being the strongest, and Drake's lack of composure saw his ass handed over to him severally. Phoenix Fruit. This devil fruit is among the rarest devil fruits in the One Piece universe. This mythical Zoan-type devil fruit bestows the power to transform into a phoenix at will. The Tori Tori no Mi devil fruit is one of the most potent Zoans in the story. It was eaten by the former 1st Division commander of the Whitebeard Pirates, Marco. This devil fruit is known for two distinct traits: the ability to heal any damage taken during battle, and the ability for the user to transform into a phoenix. Although the Tori Tori no Mi fruit falls under the Zone category, it has similarities to those of Paramecia and Logia due to the unique nature of the phoenix. The ability to generate an element, blue phoenix flames, is similar to that of Logia, and its healing and regeneration powers may be comparable to Paramecia. It is almost safe to say that this devil fruit encapsulates different traits from all the categories. Marco is almost invincible in battle, as seen in Onigashima, where he could hold his own against all three admirals. Its major weakness is that the effects of this power is limited to others, and he is also susceptible to the standard weakness of a devil fruit user. Leopard Fruit. This devil fruit was eaten by Rob Lucci of the CP0. This devil fruit is a carnivorous Zone type, and just like the real deal, Rob Lucci's strength quadruples when he is thirsty for blood. This devil fruit allows him to transform into a leopard at will, although Rob Lucci prefers to maintain a human-leopard hybrid form. When fused with his Roku Shiki techniques and Seimei Kikan, Lucci can take the powers of his hybrid form to the next level. Although in his earliest debut in One Piece, Luffy was able to defeat him with Gear 2nd, it's no surprise to see that Lucci has awakened his powers, as was revealed during the Egghead Island arc of One Piece. In his awakened state, he could fend off Gear 5 Luffy. However, it must be noted that Luffy later turned him into an object of ridicule and defeated him in the twinkling of an eye. That said, Lucci's awakening makes his Zoan Devil Fruit one of the strongest in the series within the Zoan class. Also, there is no major weakness. Rob Lucci's personality and rage have blinded him to making poor decisions. Seiryu Fruit. This devil fruit is one of the mythical zone categories that allows its user to transform into a powerful hybrid and complete Azure Dragon. This is the strongest zone devil fruit in terms of raw power in the entire One Piece universe. As expected, it was consumed by Kaido, one of the four emperors, following the significant battle in God Valley. Kaido is attributed to being the strongest creature in the One Piece universe. A significant defense is its incredibly thick skin that only a few can penetrate. The magnificent powers of this fruit make him a menace, and it goes down as the strongest in the story without much contest. Human Fruit. This devil fruit is a zone-type devil fruit that transforms its user into a human hybrid or a human at will. Straw Hat's doctor, Tony Chopper, ate it, turning him into a human reindeer. If consumed by a human, this fruit will have no effect on them other than taking away their ability to swim. But if consumed by an animal or object, this fruit grants them the intelligence of a human and the ability to speak in human language. If the user is an animal, they retain the ability to communicate with other animals as well. With this devil fruit, we've seen Chopper take on 3 different forms, which doesn't seem to affect his human-like intelligence. In relation to sheer strength, it falls short as we constantly see Straw Hat crew members running around to save Chopper against stronger opponents. However, it is safe to say that Chopper has utilized the Hito Hito no Mi fruit well in his medical line and intuition. Flame Fruit. This devil fruit falls under the Logia category, allowing the user to control fire at will. The devil fruit itself grants the user cataclysmic flame-based attacks. Such attacks optimize size and speed while also fueling physical attacks. The Logia category of devil fruits is one of the rarest types, only falling short behind the zone mythical fruits. This fruit first debuted with one of One Piece's favorite characters, Portgas D. Ace, Monkey D. Luffy's brother. Although the Mera Mera no Mi fruit is one of the rarest devil fruits, it takes a deep dive in comparison to the magma fruit, Magu Magu no Mi, as shown in the Battle of the Marineford, where Portgas D. Ace lost his life in a gruesome way. However, as a suitable compensation for One Piece fans, the Mera Mera no Mi devil fruit found its way into the Kurita Coliseum and was eaten by Ace's brother, Sabo, who not only has his brother's strength, but also Ace's will. Smoke Fruit. This fruit is among the first debuts under the Logia category. This devil fruit allows the user to manipulate smoke and even transform the user into an intangible element. Its user is Smoker, a Navy officer proficient in using his devil fruit, most likely due to long years of use. This devil fruit's main selling point is its ability to capture opponents, and a strong contender amongst other Logia devil fruits. With a single swing, the Moku Moku no Mi fruit can capture multiple individuals and is a great asset when outnumbered. Although Smoker hasn't had much screen time since the Punk Hazard, the Moku Moku no Mi fruit has not stood out compared to any other element. It even falls short of complete entrapment as it is easy to escape from its trap. Sand Fruit. This devil fruit also falls under the Logia category, which allows the user to create, control, and transform into sand at will, turning the user into a sand human. The devil fruit is quite versatile in how it can be used to manipulate sandstorms and quicksand traps in and out of combat. The greatest of its arsenals is the Ground Death. In this attack, the user puts his hand on the ground, causing everything within a certain range to dry up. This affects not only the ground, but also buildings and people within range. One of One Piece's earliest villains, Crocodile, wields the fruit, and he shows ample power of the devil fruit when he tries to conquer the Arabasta kingdom. Although Crocodile claims to be invincible, he has an obvious weakness: exposure to liquids. Specifically, the user's sand turns solid when in contact with liquids, such as water or blood. This prevents the sand from dispersing and thus temporarily nullifies the user's intangibility, per the concept of damp sand sticking together due to surface tension. A key fact to remember is that the liquid needs to be external. This was confirmed when he was attacked by Nefertari Vivi, and he was able to transform seconds after downing a glass of wine. Ice Fruit. This devil fruit is a Logia-type devil fruit that allows users to create, control, and transform into ice at will, turning them into a freezing human. It was eaten by Kuzan, better known as former Admiral Aokiji. Where other Logia users rely on their abilities to avoid attacks, Kuzan thrives on the Haihia no Mi to take them. As a solid element, Kuzan is not only an expert in close combat when he freezes opponents, but can also reach far distances using solid ice projectiles and weapons. Noteworthy in his arsenal is the combination of Haki and Ice Glove, which dealt a significant blow to legendary Vice Admiral Garp. Its major weakness is the obvious constriction caused by heat. However, we've seen different events when Kuzan has held it down against heat-based devil fruit users. Magma Fruit. This devil fruit is a Logia-type devil fruit that allows the user to create, control, and transform into magma at will, turning the user into a magma human. As a devil fruit with no apparent weakness, the Magu Magu no Mi is perhaps the strongest Logia devil fruit. It has left half an island's weather pattern wholly changed from a 10-day battle. It can dominate and/or counter every element it faces. Its peak moment was the battle at Marineford, where we saw Akainu use the Great Eruption to blow the block of ice away. The Devil Fruit belongs to the now Fleet Admiral Akainu, the Marine General that unlived Portgas d'Ace. The Devil Fruit is said to have the highest offensive among all the Logia-type Devil Fruits. It is no wonder that Akainu's opponents always play on the defensive side during an encounter. It is unclear whether the fruit itself or Admiral Akainu's strength allows him to withstand attacks, even with Busashoku Haki. Apart from the user's inability to swim, the Magu Magu no Mi fruit has the greatest offensive power of the Logia category. Time Fruit. This devil fruit is a paramecia type of devil fruit eaten by Amatsuki Toki, a woman born in the Void Century. This is perhaps the oldest devil fruit in One Piece. The power of this devil fruit is quite complex. It allows the user to jump ahead in time at will as many times as they want, and they can also send any other person or object into the future as many times as they want. This devil fruit ability doesn't cancel in case the user dies. Its major weakness is the little role it plays in battle, as seen in Wano. Another complication of this fruit is that it doesn't allow the user to return to the past. Slow Fruit. This devil fruit is a paramecia-type devil fruit that allows the user to emit beams which temporarily slow down their target, making the user a Noroma human. Those particles slow down anything they hit for 30 seconds, be it people, objects, or even the space itself. The Noro Noro no Mi was eaten by Foxy of the Foxy Pirates. Although not a pivotal character, we've seen him play some significant part with his interesting ability. While Foxy himself is a weak character, he still uses an overpowered ability. This ability is highly lethal, and if it were possessed by a better fighter, it could prove to be dangerous, especially if it falls in the hands of a proficient Haki user. Its major flaw is the 30-second time limit, and there are great indications that as the user grows, we could see its usage far exceeding the 30-second mark. Barrier Fruit. This devil fruit is a paramecia-type devil fruit that allows its user to generate barriers. This fruit is the ultimate defense tool in the One Piece universe. It was previously eaten by Kurozumi's Semimaru, and it was eaten by Bartolomeo upon its reincarnation. Bari Bari no Mi allows users to produce unbreakable barriers, protecting them from most enemies in their way in the process. Even someone as strong as Kazuki Oden couldn't break the barrier created by this fruit, making it the most powerful devil fruit in defense. Although it has limited attacking prowess, it sure would be helpful against many charging enemies, as seen in the Kurita Coliseum. String Fruit. This devil fruit is a paramecia-type devil fruit that allows the user to create and manipulate strings, making the user a string human. It was eaten by the former warlord of the sea Don Quixote do Flamingo. These manipulated strings are incredibly sharp and can easily cut through people and even rock. Ito Ito no Mi allows Doflamingo to fly by letting him attach his strings to clouds. Using this power, he can also produce a clone of himself and use it to give himself first aid if the need ever arises. Ope Fruit. This devil fruit is short for the Operation Fruit / Control. This fruit is a rare paramecia type that allows its user to create a room in which they have absolute control over what's within it. The user of this fruit is Trafalgar D. Waterlaw, a member of the Worst Generation. The fruit's main flaw is that its user can only employ its power inside a particular circular region that they must summon themselves. As a result, if the victim travels outside the sphere, they are unaffected by its effects. It should be noted that when Law produces a room, it stays put until he dismisses it and summons another one, suggesting that the user might be unable to move the room after it's summoned, and that summoning multiple rooms at once is difficult. Law must make particular hand movements to use specific attacks. Doflamingo is shown halting Law's mess technique at least once by constraining his arm. Also, Law must somehow arrange the positioning of the destination object if it is not already there to swap something or himself into a particular position inside his room. Law was never seen using tact to move around. Instead, he had to switch himself with something else to get around quickly and use a platform to lift himself when necessary. In addition, while the user can telekinetically lift anything or anyone else within the room, they cannot lift their own bodies. Furthermore, the Ope Ope no Mi has two powers, which have given it the title of the Ultimate Devil Fruit. These are its personality swap ability, and the power to grant someone else immortality at the cost of one's life. Honorable Mention Rubber Fruit. An honorable mention is the Gomu Gomu no Mi, Hito Hito no Mi. This devil fruit is the most ridiculous devil fruit ability to ever exist. The Hito Hito no Mi was eaten by none other than the protagonist of the story, Monkey D. Luffy. This devil fruit was renamed the Gomu Gomu no Mi by the world government because they wanted to hide its true identity. This fruit carries the name of a god and is believed to be the most dangerous one to the world government. It grants Luffy a body of rubber and allows him to fight whichever way he wants. He spreads laughter, joy, and freedom wherever he goes, which is the essence of this devil fruit. Awakening grants him an even stronger body, capable of fighting even more intensely and, at the same time, even more freedom, which is known to only be restricted by his imagination. This devil fruit is rightly termed the most ridiculous one to ever exist in history. Luffy has defeated the likes of Kaido with it in an even contest. He also went on to defeat Rob Lucci with ease with this power. It is, arguably, the strongest Zoan devil fruit in the story.